It is now 5:03 in the morning on Monday morning, and so what I was supposed to do was go to work. Basically, I got to work at I was planning to. I got up at 2, so I was hoping to get to work by like 3:30, but it ended up being more like well, actually no, it was around 3:30. But it could have been a little bit earlier because it took forever to set up the car I was going to drive to work. Because my van has a problem, so I can't drive it, so I had to drive my dad's Lincoln. So it took like 10 or 15 minutes because there was snow on it, and I had to kind of familiarize myself with the car because I'd never actually driven it before. So yeah, I drove to work, but this has happened to me like 5 or 6 times before. But I forgot my work key because I keep my work key on my key ring, which is where I also keep the key to the van. But since I grabbed the key to the Lincoln and not the key to the van, I also did not grab my work key. So that meant that the only way to get into the building would be to drive back home and get the key and go back. But I decided that I'm not going to because that would basically take an extra hour, which would mean I wouldn't be done with my job until about 9 o'clock. And then I would get back home at about 9:30, and well, my assignment is due at 9:30, so I would have literally no time to do my assignment. So I decided I'm gonna clean the store tomorrow instead. It's not that big of a deal. Like, the only real inconvenience that it gives to the workers is that maybe they have to take out the garbage, maybe they have to like dust a few tables or whatever. But it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. I'm just gonna clean it tomorrow. But if you want to be an optimist, you could say, well, now that gives you more time to do your homework. Because now instead of starting my homework at like, well, let's see, I would have started working at like 3:45 most likely, and then finished at 7:45, and then got back by like 8:15, and then who knows how long it would take me to actually start at that point. And at that point, I would only have 1 hour to do the cover letter and resume. But now I'm starting my homework at 5:07, and that means I have more time to not only do the resume and cover letter, but also get started on the other stuff. So, to review, I have to write a final draft for my resume and cover letter. I already wrote a rough draft, but I need a final draft. But I have to write like an extra paragraph for the cover letter because that's what my teacher suggested to me. And the resume, it's going to take a bit of work because it was like a 2-year-old resume, so it's going to take a bit of work to get that to what I need it to be. So my estimation is that it will take 1 hour if I'm efficient, but 2 hours if I'm inefficient. And then even if it takes 2 hours, that means I'm done by 7:08. And that gives me all the way until 10. That's like 3 hours to get a head start on the other stuff. Which namely would be quiz for microeconomics. I don't know if it's the same amount of questions or same amount of readings before, but let's just assume it is. That would maybe take 1.5 to 3 hours, depending on how efficient I am. Last time, I think I was pretty efficient and finished it in like 1.5 hours. So, and then, well, yeah, I have my class 10 o'clock. Hopefully I don't have a class at 11. Let's just hope we don't. And then finally we have to read 4 chapters of corporate finance and take the 4 quizzes, 1 for each chapter. So this overview of those chapters is, or I mean, my general idea of how that's going to go. I actually don't have any idea how that's going to go. I don't actually know how long or hard the quizzes are. But all I know is that I think chapter 1 and 2 are supposed to be easy chapters, and there's not like any math or anything for those chapters. And then chapter 4, it just seems like it's a review of financial accounting, so I think it won't be that hard. And then chapter 5 is going to be hard, I think, because there's going to be like lots of math problems and stuff. Also, I have no idea how long the chapters are. I'm probably going to only skim over the chapters instead of reading the entire thing, like I've been doing for basically all of my classes at this point. Luckily, my professor provides study material. So basically, the main study material is problem sets that he gives us. Now they're kind of long problem sets. Well, not that long, but it's not like, I think it's like 20 questions or something for each chapter, which is kind of a lot if you think about it. But a lot of them are multiple choice. Well, they're all multiple choice actually, but I don't know how many of them are like easy multiple choice questions and how many of them are like problems. And also, very thankfully, he gives the answer key for the problem sets. So, and I think he even gives he gives explanations in the problem set too. It doesn't just give the answer; he gives the explanations. So, but I'm still a bit worried because each of the problem sets is like 20 questions, I think. So I have no idea how long this is gonna take, but I really do not feel good about like the amount of time I have to finish it. And then, so yeah, basically I think today is going to be the hardest day. So I do actually have a quiz in management accounting to study for tomorrow. But I don't think I'm going to study for that because, I mean, come on. I have like really another thing to have to do that I'm just going to risk not studying for that. I would, like, it would be a different situation if, like, I hadn't read the chapters or done any of the homework, but it's actually not that case. Like, I skimmed over, actually, I don't think I read chapter 1, but I skimmed over chapter 2, and I did, like, 2 or 3, I did all of the homework assignments for those chapters, so should be fine for the quiz, I think. Is there anything else I'm forgetting about? Are there any other assignments I'm just not thinking of right now? Oh, there might be something for management accounting. Oh no, actually I think I checked that already. I should just check. Time to waste time. Come on. Also, I'm gonna have to reset my internet again. I think the next assignment is due next week. Or not next week. 1 week from that one day. Yeah, it's not due for a week. Okay. So that's it. So now that I'm finished talking about that, any further time that I spend on this video will be procrastination. I really cannot afford to procrastinate at all today, but I'm going to do it anyways. I wonder if like the worst class grade that I have right now is human resource management, which is 77%. I wonder, at some point I'm going to do a calculation to see if I actually can, if it's possible for me to get an A in the class at this point. I feel like it's still possible to get an A. Like, what was the biggest blow to my grade? Like, honestly, I'm not sure what's going to end up being worse to my grade, like the leadership assignment or the test. The one assignment I skipped was only worth 10 points, whereas on the test I missed 16 points. So like, just the terrible performance on the test alone was a bigger blow to my grade than skipping an assignment, which is so funny. Wait, is there anything else I messed up? I'm pretty sure I did everything adequately. Like, the one assignment where we did like a thing on LinkedIn, I didn't do very well on the assignment, but I don't think I'm going to miss more than 10 points on it. Like, I have a better chance of missing more than 10 points on the leadership assignment, like, by quite a bit. So I'm hoping those grades come in soon so I can actually calculate, like, what my best possible grade is. I'm pretty sure that's the worst class I have right now, by far. Like, it'd be nice if the professors actually graded assignments in a timely fashion. Like, the only professor who really does that is my business communication professor. Oh yeah, I guess my microeconomics professor does too. And then my management accounting professor doesn't really have to grade anything because it's all kind of like automatic grading. But yeah, and then the corporate finance professor doesn't have to grade anything either, actually, because it's automatic. So basically, I'm just talking about the human resource professor. He hasn't graded 2 of my assignments that I turned in like 1 week ago and 2 weeks ago. So wow, I found something to procrastinate about for 3 minutes or 4 minutes. So I already talked about this cube that I bought, which sucks. It's very slow. The way they lubricate it is terrible. I don't know why they did that. I have no idea, but yeah, I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 more sessions on it, and then if it's still slow, I'm just going to clean it out and lube it myself with my Lubrical Speedy lube. Also, I think I might be running low on this lube. See? It looks like it's maybe a little bit less than halfway full, so I don't think I'm running out just yet. But I hope that I can get my cube to be fast, because it's not fast right now. So yeah, like when I was procrastination, when I was driving the Lincoln, I don't know what year it is. It's like really old car, so it doesn't have a CD player, but it actually does have cruise control. But when I tried to use it, I couldn't get it to work. I don't know if I was just doing it wrong, but I couldn't use the cruise control. But for music, I just played a YouTube video of the song I'm listening to in the van, which is Square Dance by, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like either Kitsune or, I would assume it's Kitsune because it's spelled Kitsune. But anyways, it's that one album I talked about where Rainbow Tylenol song came from. But anyways, I just played that with this Bluetooth speaker. What was the point of talking about that? Oh, I was just trying to procrastinate some more. Oh man, what are we going to be doing for the following weeks for homework? Well, let's see. What are we going to do for business communication? We have Chapter 3 quiz on March 1st. There isn't anything here, but I'm assuming she's going to add a discussion post thing again, because that's what she's been doing every single week. So it's probably just one discussion post. There might be more stuff too, but I don't know. Also, I have on Friday, we're going to be doing the interview, the mock interview. So, epic. Hopefully she's not too hard on me. Like, even if I do badly in the interview, hopefully she grades just based on, well, I don't know. She might grade me. She might give me a grade based on how well I performed in the interview. I guess it wouldn't be unfair at all to do that, but let's see. Corporate finance, probably nothing after we take that test where it's going to be like another 2 or 3 weeks before we have anything due. Microeconomics, we might have a quiz to do the next Monday. I'm not sure. This next quiz is actually worth 23 points. That's kind of a bad sign. That might mean that there's 23 questions, which would mean it takes longer than the other one. Darn. Quiz part 3. Yep. So we don't really have anything, as far as I know, we don't have anything else to do after that. And then human resource. Let's see. What do we got? An individual activity due on Friday. Did I look at this? I think I already saw this. It's it's a McGraw-Hill. It's a online thing. It says exam. I don't know what it is exactly. Oh, he's gonna explain it in the announcement mostly. But yeah, that was a good way to procrastinate for a total of 9 minutes. This is my business communication textbook, which is basically the only textbook I actually had to buy. And that's the cube bag that my new cube came in. It even has the logo for the Max loop service thingy that I paid tons of money for, and yet it didn't work. We'll give it 2 more sessions, like I said, but I highly doubt it's gonna get any faster, because I've already done tons and tons of breaking in already, and no change at all. For some reason, this cord is kind of broken, like it's crooked right there on the end. Like, I don't know why. Like, did I step on it or something? What happened to it? Just don't know. I am now done procrastinating. Goodbye. It is now 8:54 a.m. So I was done with the resume and cover letter by like 7:30, but I'm stupid, so now it's 8:55 and I haven't done anything else. But luckily, I can at least say that I finished the resume and cover letter, and I actually think that I did a really good job with them. Like, unlike a lot of the assignments I've done this semester, I've just barely put any effort into and just like turned in just a mediocre assignment. Whereas with the cover letter and resume, I feel like I actually did a pretty good job on it. So I guess I feel somewhat satisfied with it. Also, because of the fact that I feel like it could actually be useful in real life. Like I might actually use those templates of my resume and cover letters for actual job applications. And even further, the job that I'm like pretending to apply for and getting mock interviewed for, it's actually a job that I could literally apply for in real life. Like, I'm maybe once after the interview, a mock interview, I'm going to actually check and see if it's still available, and if it is, then I'm going to apply for it. And we'll probably use the same exact resume and cover letter. The job is accounting. It's called accounting intern. So pretty self-explanatory. It's in East Dubuque. And yeah, if I ended up getting that job, actually, most likely I would maybe possibly quit my janitorial job, but I'm not sure. It kind of all depends on the hours. Like if it's kind of like manageable, like if it's only like a few hours a week or something, then I could just keep both jobs and earn more money. But if it's like kind of a lot more hours, like 10 or 15 hours, then I'll probably just quit the janitorial job. So I don't have too much stuff, because I'm already stressed out enough as it is with all my homework and stuff. So, yeah, it just kind of all depends. And even if that job doesn't work out, maybe I should try to look for a similar type of job, because that might actually be more, well, probably less boring for one, and also it would be more useful to my future career, I guess. So anyways, now what we have to do is, well, we have 1 hour before my class. Let's double check to see if we have a class in human resources. I haven't gotten any emails, so I would assume that would mean that he hasn't sent any announcements, which means he hasn't even told us whether we're having class today, which kind of sucks. Like, why wouldn't he tell us when our class is? According to this, there's no data, which would mean there's no class. So at the moment, it's indicating it's basically the same thing as before. Like, he hasn't sent an announcement indicating whether there's a class, but it would kind of be weird to like say, like, to give students less than an hour of notice before, or less than 2 hours of notice before saying that there's a class today. So basically I have 1 hour, so I better use that hour productively to work on my microeconomics assignment. I should be able to skim through, basically what I'm going to do is skim through the notes. Last time what I did was I actually read the questions first and then looked through the notes, but this time I'm going to skim through the notes first, because then it'll be much easier to answer the questions or look for the answers for the questions. So I'll start skimming it over. I'm not entirely sure how much material there is to read. I think it's either 2 or 3 different parts, and each part is like either 10 to 20 pages. So I'd have to check. But it's something that general idea. And then I'll have my class, and let's just assume we don't have a human resources class. So after the 10 o'clock class, it'll be about 11 o'clock. And then maybe I don't know. I'm either gonna have lunch or maybe just continue to work on the microeconomics assignment, and maybe we should make it a goal to finish the microeconomics assignment. Let's see, when should we do it? Finish. Whoops. Anyways, so now it's 9:01, so I shall now start. And I guess my goal to finish the microeconomics assignment should be that I should be done. Now I feel a little bit stressed out by giving myself only 1 hour after the class, which is kind of stupid. But let's just give us a very lenient goal of getting it done by 1 o'clock. That should be plenty of time. It's basically 3 hours, and it all depends on how much time I spend of those 3 hours procrastinating. But let's just try to be done with it by 1 o'clock, and then at 1 o'clock, well, sometime I'm gonna have to eat lunch at some point, but and then I will have all the way until 11:59 p.m. to do the corporate finance. That has to be enough time. That has to be from 1 o'clock to 11:59. That's 11 hours. You would think that 11 hours would be enough. So, okay. So, goodbye. It is now a week later. I did finish the microeconomics assignment, but I still have not finished the corporate finance stuff. Yay! And all future homework related videos will be going onto my second channel, which I think will be called Homework, but I'm not sure. I haven't made it yet, but once I do make it, I will put the link in the description. Thanks for watching.